Yo, 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 what is going on, COD Familia? This is bananas. What is happening right now in SS1-1? I am getting some soft confirmations, I'm going to say, just until I see this play out on the map. But I had heard some people, someone had just told me, I think it was Sage on the Discord, and then also I had asked, it was either him or someone, I'm forgetting right now, where was it? Where, I know I had literally just posted it, and someone was telling me it was Sage, who said that it's essentially just kind of TA versus everyone right now in SS1-1, and it's just totally bananas. It's basically just a free-for-all, and there's fighting going on right now. We're going to show you guys some. Again, you can see here, right, 2 people from TA confirming. And so before we go and we look at some of the battlefronts, let's look at how the lay of the land works or is set up right now. And again, if you guys enjoy the content, make sure you sub, like, ring the notification bell. If you want to come and join in on our conversation, hit up the Discord. You can find a link to that in the pinned comment description right down below. So TA is in blue. PoS is all around. There's multiple battlefronts that we could be seeing. Oh, FUX is here. PoS is here. NT45 is here. So we're going to see how this one plays out. 4BDN might even come back. Who knows? There's a battle, I think, that's happening around here for TA. So we're going to go and take a look at this. And then I'm also going to show you guys, and let's see, I don't know if there's any more fighting that's happening right now. Yeah, so see, TA I mean, you can see this, right? They're building a flag. They're destroying this flag. They're doing a little bit of fighting over here with OFUX. And you can even see, if we just show you some of the ranks right now, you can see for Alliance Power, right? They're 3.8, almost 4 billion, right? And then POS, OFUX, and NT45, right? And GRZ, right? Really the closest, obviously with POS being the closest. So, again, we're going to have to see how this plays out. Is it really going to be 1v4? Is it going to be 1v5 if you include Forbidden? You know, how is that going to look? And then when you're looking at the top ranks, right? Midas, this is the thing, man. There are some things that are happening right now that could actually make this fight a little more doable, right? And let me explain something. So Midas, the #1 player, still super active. Ghost ended up giving his account away, and so who knows if the player that has it now is going to have the same level of spending capability that Ghost did, right? So that's a factor, right? It may not be. Is Junie going to still be as active and as consistent fighting as Muzza and as the #5 TA player? And then you got Ripper and Boogeyman, who might actually feel a renewed sense, especially Boogeyman, right? A renewed sense of engagement and motivation to want to come back, to want to come and fight again. So these are things that I think could lend themselves into the opposition's favor. Again, if all those other alliances are able to come and get in on the fight throughout, right? I mean, look. You see Junie here fighting it out right now. We got we got Greedy Panda, our boy Eska. Courage the Cowardly Dog, even though I just, it's a good show of mine. So, right, you got some OFUX players that are coming in right now, having a little skirmish here with TA. Again, lots of Lilias that you're seeing here on one end. We got Walder primaries on the other side. We got a Nico right there, an Atheist. We got Scarlet with a Madeline. Don't know who the secondary is right there. And again, trying to keep that distance on range. That's one of the things that we often talk about, right? Archers having a lot. Ooh, I like Eska going in here with the Cav. Looks like just really trying to disrupt. And this is nice because they're kind of retreating. This is one of those opportunities for OFUX, right? Really make sure that you're creating those advantages. Don't necessarily go in, right? Really take advantage of the mismatches, the overextensions, or the underextensions. And a good example here is if you're looking at this TA player, right, running the Bakshi Emrys. That's a good example of everyone should be focusing that player, right, because they're the most extended beyond where the other TA players are here up north. Right, and again, that's how you just create those types of advantages in those situations. And again, this TA player kind of doing what they should be when you look at it from TA's side, right? Going in and disrupting, really making sure that players are spread out. And in that case, right, TA should have kept pushing, right? That would have been one way to look at it. I wonder what's happening over here. Oh, so we got some POS guys. Okay, and this is the thing, man. This is the thing that really gets me excited, right? Is because part of me feels that this is the direction that SS1-1 has just been going in since I was in S2, right? Where it's almost as though you felt, because, and let me give you like really kind of a macro way of approaching this, like big picture, is that if because the way that kingdoms typically will just develop on a passive scale, where players, like we've talked about this before, where it's like the ladder climbing effect. Players will just want to keep gravitating towards the #1 alliance, right? They'll just keep wanting to work their way up and up. And it's not everyone, but some players. And so you get this situation where you look at the rankings now, and TA is just, basically double the power of 2, 3, and 4. And 5, or sorry, 3, 4, and 5, and then they're a little less than double the power of number 2, but they're getting so far ahead that they're kind of essentially just turning into a mega alliance, right? It's almost as though if they wanted just to grab like the top 150 or top 175 players and just put them all into that alliance, right? That's where you would kind of get, your max ceiling cap power or soft cap that you'd be at in the moment. And so because of the fact that this is forming, along with from what we're seeing, someone had posted that TA might have betrayed PoS or something happened there, or they weren't going to allow an alliance in and they didn't want them to be there. So again, I don't know the full story. I'm definitely going to ask and see what level of information we can get. But what will be, let me say this, what I would hope for, right? What would be exciting for me is if TA took the 1v4 challenge, right? It's because they have a high amount of players that are within the top 100 and the top 200. To me, it almost makes sense to see how that would play out. Like, let the 1v4 play out and just see how it goes. And then, if it really feels like they're just getting totally crushed, territories being depleted, then okay, maybe give them the number 5 alliance, right? And then maybe go for some even numbers. But honestly, this could be bigger than that. This could be one of those things where, the oppressed wants to just destroy their oppressors, right? So my hope is, at least what I'd like to see is, this type of a 1v4 situation, just because, one, to me it feels like the numbers would be a little more balanced or a little more even-ish that way, and then just see how it plays out from there. I think far too often we see it where the advantages were kind of always on one union side or the other, especially early on, where we were getting just so much compact fighting that was happening within Forbidden Lands here for SS1-1. And you ended up having, again, they could have evened the numbers better, but it was basically Kingdom 4 versus Kingdoms 1, 2, and 3. And now, who knows, right? Again, I would love to know. Let me know down below, right, what's going on. Why is the fight happening? What did TA do? What did they not do? What did other alliances do? Right? I would love to hear. And yeah, man. So, and I'm going to ask too as well. Let's just see. Can anyone break down for me what led to this? Versus everyone. And I'm going to have to figure out, I can't even remember. I'll say can DM me for those that prefer. Bam. Yeah. I'm sure I'm going to get some stuff here. We'll see. I mean, again, I don't know if I want to show too much stuff, just because, again, if people are giving me tidbits, I want to be able to read it without necessarily showing up, just for people's anonymity. But yeah, what I might do is just switch off screen, read something, and then I could always come back. But we'll see. So yeah, okay. So nice little fight one here from OFUX. Again, TA still pushing, and remember, this just started. I mean, I think this was an hour ago, right, that all of this really started. So we're going to have to see how things play out. Oh, so it looks like they got one. TA got one. Maybe that was PoS trying to do the build, though. So let's do this. Let's go take a look and see, is there, let's see real quick. Is there fighting that's going on anywhere else? So you have PoS and OFUX here, right? Now, let's go look at NT45. What's happening? So TA's here. Let me see where they've extended. So you have, okay. So TA's extended all the way here. I wonder what's happening here on this 4BD1. Is there anything? I mean, this is one of those opportunities, right, where it's like, look, this is the thing. If you do decide that you're going to fight, and let me just say this, if you're going to fight, if it's going to be everyone, if it's going to be TA versus everyone, right, the way that you combat this situation is you fight TA on multiple fronts. The same thing now, and again, that's how you create advantages for yourself. Now, on the flip side, in TA's situation, really the best thing they can do is just essentially try and get to as much important strategic point territory on their opponents, right? Basically, just try and disconnect as much territory as fast and as humanly possible, right? That's really going to be where the advantages lie. And then also, how quickly can the other side, right? In this case, PoS, OFUX, NT45, and GRZ, I guess, right? How quickly are they going to be able to... Man, I feel like I'm missing someone too as well, so I apologize. Let me check the leaderboards again, or rankings. Yeah, okay, no, so I did get everyone, right? So how quickly can PoS, OFUX, NT45, GRZ coordinate themselves, right? How quickly can they come together and do some level of coordination so that way they can kind of get in on, get in on some things that are happening. So TA is right here. Let's see what's happening on this southern battlefield, if anything. Ooh, wow, so we actually have something happening. Oh, no, hang on. Was this the one I was just at? This was the one I was just at. I'm like, yo, what's happening over here? Bro, nothing. Okay, let's go look over here. This could be sick. And this is my thing, right? Again, have people push this and then push the flag. That's an opportunity. You have, here's another one, right? They could be pushing people. Ooh, interesting. So they actually have, so PoS has some people here. Oh, nice, dude. So they are. Wow, so they are. They're doing a disconnect here. This could be really big, right? So kind of just taking what I was saying to heart there. Right, you get that disconnect off, and, well, this is the thing. You'd have to get that disconnect off, and then you'd have to get another disconnect off because, yeah, so really what's going to happen here is this is going to disconnect these flags. Ooh, so this actually isn't bad then. So if they're able to get this off, then they're going to be able to disconnect all this territory, which means no one will be able to reinforce. And on top of that, they won't be able to start destroying any more of these flags. So I love this little sneaky play here from them. Again, this is a nice little way to go about it. Yeah, so again, man, dope. We're going to have to see how this one plays out. Hopefully, they're going to be able to hold this off. That's the most important thing, right? This is really where PoS should just commit. Get as many people destroying this flag as humanly possible. And then what they need to do is, ooh, TA on the Hydra summon. What? Oh my gosh, banners. Wow, we caught this. I mean, again, playing the defensive Behemoth play. And this is important, man. This is why. What do we talk about all the time? When you're in a war situation, you do not just leave your troops there, right? You always have to be online and monitoring, right? Otherwise, if you're going to log off, then move your troop, right? Don't just take unnecessary losses. Right now, sure, you can argue the other side. However, this is one thing, right? Let me point this out. Again, if they're running, I think Poison might have just hit it. But if you are running the aggro pool artifact, then it doesn't matter how many. You can still stack this completely fine. The important part here, and I think Ninja might have done it right there, right? If the Hydra follows, the Ninja did. So Ninja most likely procced it. And I have to double check on what the artifact was again. I think we missed it being used. But yes, this is how you do it, right? You have everyone keep gathering, and you just make sure you have one or two players near a flag that could possibly get a Behemoth drop on it, and then you just keep pulling aggro. And I'll tell you what that artifact is. Give me one sec here. Let's go here. Let's go replace. And I believe, hang on, let me see. I think it's, yeah, here it is. So it's the Harlequin Mask, right? Cast on a target legion, Darkling, Dark Creature, Behemoth, attracts the target legion's hostility and forces it to attack the commanded legion for 5 seconds. Right now, that might be longer, but I mean, again, I don't even know where they went, but that guy was getting pulled massively. So he pulled it, right? But now you have to have someone else pull it, right? Again, it's going to help you delay, but now you're going to end up getting the Hydra that's going to come all the way back. And this is the thing. The idea is that you want to delay the Hydra until it disappears. And so in order to have that, you need multiple people that are running Harlequin Mask so they can keep pulling the Hydra. Otherwise, what you do is you just move away from the flag, don't take any losses, wait for the Hydra to disappear, and then you can go ahead and go right back, right? Because this is the thing. You can bait out Behemoth summons in that way as well. Have everyone go, right? Maybe they summon it in 5, 10, 15, whatever type of delay they want to do. And then from there, right after it disappears, you just go right back, right? Let them waste all their behemoths. And again, it also buys TA time if they're trying to come back and head that way. But this is really important. I love seeing Boogie here, man. Really hope he's going to be able to get back in on the grind, especially. Like I said, regardless of what's happening, this is a great opportunity for them. And this is the other thing, right? Instead of just fighting on one flag, destroy 2 flags at the same time. Force them to do multiple behemoth summons. That's one way you can do it, right? So if this is me, in the situation I'm in right now, I'm destroying this flag, I'm destroying this flag, and I'm destroying this flag, right? I'm on 4 flags all at once, and then you're forcing them to either overuse resources or they have to choose one flag to hit. That's really one of the best things to do. So again, right, sometimes it's about thinking, a little bit outside of the box, a little bit more than what we're currently doing. Even you can see here, right, if we follow this up, it doesn't look like any of these are getting attacked. We're going to go back and look at some fighting here in a moment. I just want to see what's happening here. TA, I don't know what's happening with them pushing out, because again, they have pushed out quite a bit. So you have, see, and this is, oh no, wait, is that POS? I'm tripping. Yeah, so see, you can see this here. TA is extended all the way here. This is another opportunity, right? If, as an example, POS wanted to clear this off, you also have, oh wait, hang on, who is that? Oh, I don't know if PWA is going to be able to do anything. Let's see here, who's this? Is this still POS? Yeah, so POS is out here as well, right? There's an opportunity. They can cut this flag off. That would be one way of doing it, right, if they just want to cut a few, right? So again, you could be fighting. This is why it's important to have every player, even if you're just logging on to send a troop to a flag, you could be hitting all of these flags, everything that you're connected to. Sometimes it's about disrupting and having organized chaos, right? You're fighting on so many fronts that you're forcing them to have to fight on multiple fronts themselves, which is reallocating resources and doesn't allow TA to basically tunnel or funnel resources into kind of high-value strategic points. You're forcing them to spread out a little bit more because you're fighting on multiple fronts. This is one of the ways that, again, I don't want to give all my secrets away, but this is why it's good to have like an on-fields commander, someone who can just coordinate all the alliances and just say, look, this is where we need to be focusing. This is what you guys need to be doing. This is what you're doing. Having your on-field generals, right? People that are actually your field captains. Those are important as well. So let's go see if there's any other fights that are happening. This is GRZ up here. I don't know if there's any things going on. Let's see. So nothing happening right now up there. Let's scroll over. Nothing happening here at that point. And then we get a bit north. Let's see, is there anything happening here? Okay, I don't see anything. Oh, wait, hang on. There is something happening. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's cracking. Who is this? Ooh, NT45 and GRZ. Oh, interesting. So GRZ is fighting NT45? Is that what I'm seeing here? Because now... Oh, interesting. So GRZ is building a flag. So maybe it's TA and GRZ. Is that kind of what we're seeing? So in that case, it's POS, NT45, and OFUX versus GA, GRZ, and TA. That seems like what we're probably going to see. So, I mean, if that's the case, I actually think, don't get me wrong, I still think that is pretty fair if that's the case. But yeah, man, we'll have to see how this plays out. I think the POS, OFUX, NT45 going against GRZ and TA is good. It's just the thing is that, again, man, you have to either be able to fight that straight up. So if POS and OFUX are able to fight TA on multiple fronts and then NT45 is able to push GRZ, again, that's one way to do it. I'm curious, though, where like the bulk of that is happening. Are they doing any fights up here? Are we seeing any flags? Okay, so nothing's really happening here. How about over here? Is anything? So it looks like, I don't really know. It doesn't look like they're trying to destroy anything. There's a flag being built there. Doesn't seem like NT45 is... Oh, sorry, this is TA, so... Oh, I see what's happening. So it's NT45 is here, and then it's TA and GRZ. So they basically have this like top portion pretty much sold. So the fighting, if anything, is probably going to be happening around here then, I imagine. So let's see what's happening. Is this a siege tower they're putting up? Oh no, so NT45 is building a tower there. And I can't tell if they're doing another. Oh, wow. Okay, so here we go. Dang. So here we go. So NT45 is putting some dope pressure right now on TA. Here, they got 22 minutes until this is destroyed. They got a lot of people that are online. And this is basically going to be part TA and part GRZ. This is actually a great opportunity for NT45 if they're going to be able to keep pushing this. Man, this actually could be good. They're basically pretty much trying to control field, open field, which is great, right? I think that was from what we were seeing earlier or a few minutes ago. Those units that are out in the open field. And honestly, what I would do in this situation if I was them while you're building that flag, have all of all those players that are just sitting there push this flag. Again, attack, focus on the PvP units, and then kill the builders, right? Again, control the open field. If you can get out early and you have more players out than they do, and you're able to control without overextending too much, this is really what I would love to see from NT45. So I'm hoping this isn't going to be a missed opportunity, and they're not just going to slow push, right? Really taking advantage of the players they have online is, again, you can see they have more out in the open field than GRZ does. Man, take advantage of that. Oh my God, this is awesome, man. I'm really loving what we're seeing. So we have one fight that is essentially happening around here. We have another fight that's happening around here. This is PoS. And then we have OFUX and some PoS that are fighting on this front. So we basically have 3 battlefronts right now that's happening. Let's see what's going on. I'm sure we're missing some stuff. Oh, dude, OFUX Hydra getting thrown down here. TA looks like over here in their south portion of this flag, but kind of northwest from where we're looking at. Ooh, is that a little bit of an overextension there from Wallabit? Possibly. Same thing here, right? Again, don't let your these single units just kind of out there on their own. Also, I love how Junie is just tanking the Hydra right now with Madeline Garwood and actually not doing too bad, right? Just stalling and delaying, creating as much time for himself as possible. I really wonder what could happen if you just kind of wanted to go like a pure tank unit and then you just like reinforced it with Tear of Arbin, with Sacred Shields, right? Other artifacts that you could use to basically stall and delay until Hydra disappeared. I mean, this is a great way, right? If you're thinking about just taking like a T5 tank legion, just aggroing and just stalling out. TA, oh wow, actually pushing a little bit more now on OFUX into their territory. And wow, dude, look at this, man. You got Solocopter going in. These Nikas, man, on that infantry. Looks like Nika Garwood being ran there. One of the pairings that we talked about, right? If you want to go for a little bit more infantry damage on your tank unit, then you can run Nika there as a potential primary, and then you can run Garwood or Madeline as a secondary, so that way you're able to still kind of get more of a mixed balance where you can go in, you can still do a little bit more damage. However, really what it almost seems like has been more, oh wow, dude, look, the seize control of T-Avengers level 3 pass. Wow, this is big. At 584554, interesting. Let's go take a look at that. Where did that just happen? So someone got a pass taken. Was that this one up north? Because they didn't have this. Oh, it was this one. Dude, so they got the cutoff. There, that is pretty huge. Or at least, wow, yeah. So PoS, while they were doing all of that, set a rally on the level 3 pass. And now it's just a matter of, I mean, this is, again, you can consider this to be not bad, right? If they're able to get a disconnect off here, or even a disconnect off here, that would basically remove 2, maybe even 3 behemoths, right, lowering. Because that's one of the things, when you're in war, you want to try and lower member capacity so players can't leave and rejoin as much, right? Reducing some of the buffs that they get, right? These are benefits that they can do. Now, I don't know if they are applying any level of pressure. Let's go see. Because really, for me, that would be the next thing, right, that we talked about. Because they ended up getting a level 3 pass. But yeah, I don't see them pressuring any of these flags right now at all. Yeah, man, that's unfortunate. Like I said, man, to me, that would be the next play. Again, awesome that they were able to get the pass from them and at least cut that off. We'll have to see what they do. Let's see how this is holding down here, though, right? Because that was one of the things that we were watching, was to see how much. Let's see if their strategy has changed up a little bit at all. So PoS summoned their Hydra. I wonder why. Maybe they had some TA guys coming, or maybe they just said, we're just going to go Hydra for Hydra, and then we'll fight them out. However, it does look like PoS taking a little bit of the advice that I gave earlier on, which now they're hitting. But man, here you got Hero Slayer coming in from TA. That's something to pay attention to, right? So just in case, because again, right, the assumption is that they're not gonna leave it alone, right? It's again, Ninja. I would leave this, man. This is one of those things where it's like either fight this straight up. Ooh, that Shadow Game's being thrown down for nice damage there on those multiple units. Right, or have some of these players come down, right? Back up, come down. This is why, if you're fighting in a war, we've talked about this, you have to be visually aware of what's happening, right? And paying attention, again, for those that are going to be fighting, right? Now, if you're just going to have players that are coming in to destroy a flag, right, then yeah, have some units there that are running that Harlequin mass so you can pull the aggro. Maybe have someone who's just running a hard tank, especially if you're trying to limit the amount of damage that the Behemoth's going to do, and then waiting for it to disappear once the cooldown for its active time reduces. That's one way to do it, right? Here in this situation, though, right, Ninja arguably just kind of losing units here, you know, unfortunately for no reason, right? That's where you'd really want to be communicating with your teammates, being on voice, messaging, having people just made aware of what's going on. I wonder if OFUX is going to try pushing, because this is something they could do. They could push from right here. We're not seeing that happen at the moment. Let's go back, maybe not to this fight. I want to look at how the NT45 fight is developing up here on the north, because that was something that was really big. Let's see here. Dude. Oh, wow. Looks like someone re-grabbed the pass. We'll go take a look at that in a sec. NT45, man, still pushing. They got 7 minutes left on this flag. And then once that flag is gone, they'll be able, once they build, then they'll be able to push 2 flags. And actually, they'll probably be able to get this disconnect as well, which will remove all these flags, an opportunity to maybe go up and capture this pass. And if it was me, right, at this point, do that. Push past the Behemoth or go around, disconnect the GRZ flags, and now you're able to fight. Or if you just want to fight one way, then you can push all the way here towards TA's Alliance Fortress. That can apply a lot of pressure. That would also alleviate, if they're able to keep doing that, alleviate some of the pressure here that PoS is giving and OFUX is giving too as well, right? So I think NT45 is the catalyst right now that really has the most potential to shift the playing field. Again, so yeah, this is kind of cool, because then you also have to now consider tactically, how do you want to fight this? Do you want to fight on 2 fronts for NT45 fighting GRZ and TA, or do you just want to keep pushing what makes sense, right? And then sometimes if you're going to fight, like let's say they did push TA and GRZ at the same time, keeping a 1 flag cushion distance from you is great because it does buy you more time. So that's one way of looking at it, right? Like if they wanted to focus on GRZ a little bit, then they'll destroy a TA flag, but then not build towards that next flag so they can keep some distance. Or you build along them, like you build parallel or perpendicular to them. I guess it would be like this, right? So if this is TA, as an example, NT45 would build like this, right? So it's 1 flag away. Forcing TA to have to build a flag to connect, and that's kind of that's a way we've seen this play. I've seen this done in Rock and other Kingdom Builders where you build that way, so you don't have to worry about the delay time from destroying a flag, and then meaning any resistance in that immediate moment. You're able to get to like a choke point or to cut off flags a lot faster that way when you build along the route, and then you can disconnect. So again, obviously we're going to have to see how this plays out. Ooh, someone's coming in or leaving. Someone, I guess, just left. Okay. So we got some PoS players, OFUX players. Ooh, nice, man. They are gathering right now. I love seeing this. Oh, my God, dude. There's just been so much fighting right now in SS1-1. This is sick. And there's a lot of TA players that are right now. We're going to have to see how this one continues to develop. Still a decent amount of OFUX players. We'll have to see if there's any more that are coming up. But TA making a little bit of a push here with the numbers advantage. And again, this is one of those ways that, oh, wow, dude, look at this. The PoS Alliance Level 2 pass capture on them. Wow, interesting. And that was, I wonder if there was players who moved to that alliance just so they can maybe maneuver around the map a little bit more. But again, there's that cooldown delay. So really curious. OFUX on the Bear Summon right now. Honestly, maybe not a bad play in this position. We'll have to see how much damage this is going to be able to be to do. Honestly, it may have been better, and I guess it depends, right? Because sometimes it's, if you're trying to get them off of a specific unit, that's something to consider, or sorry, off of a specific objective, and or if you're trying to kind of counter push. But the challenge is that if they get aggro pulled, that's one we're looking at. A lot of these TA players bundling here, though. This is just a great, ooh, dude, I like this. Look at this. This is how you play this, right? This is a great example here. So TA is bunching here in this spot, and OFUX is spreading out right along this ring. That's one of the things that we often talk about, which is where you want to be spread out. Now, obviously, they don't have as many numbers here, or the same numbers that TA is pushing with, even though it does seem a little close. But this is, again, a good way of doing it, where you're going to take less AoE damage by spreading out rather than your opponents. Ooh, dude, wow, that was a great Shadow Games being thrown down there either by Ripper or Platinum. And again, good positioning there. Now, this is the thing, right? Now, look, you're getting other units that are reinforcing. Other units are coming up. This is where you're able to kind of counterattack at a specific time that you're going to designate. Let them keep pushing you, and as you keep reinforcing, then you start picking them off one by one, right? Look, they're hanging out here. Work your way to max distance. Focus the units that are closest to the front. And again, right, see how you go as, ooh, wow, are they destroying? I can't tell here. Ooh, wow, that was Sir Eric. What's that guy's name? Striker? That was actually not bad. Ooh, geez, man. Dude, this Emrys right now, man. This is actually pretty cool. Who's he running? This is Emrys. I can't tell. Is that Bakshi? No, Hosk. He's running Emrys Hosk secondary, which isn't bad. Right? This would actually allow for you to run 2, if not 3 calves, right? And then you can run, I mean, who knows, man? You could run like Bakshi Nika as an example for some high damage. Even Eliana is a good example, unless you wanted to maybe do like the Indis or Thea route. That could be something. I actually like that though. So we're gonna have to see. So PoS, man. I mean, again, and remember, this is just what's happening right now, right? To keep in mind, there's going to be a lot more fights sustained throughout at least the rest of the days at this point, because we know there's going to be some time until the next season here starts for SS1-1. So them just going hard at this point is pretty cool. But hopefully we're going to get a couple days of just nonstop fighting, because there is a lot to do. And almost too much. So, God, man, I'm definitely coming up here on a nice chunk of time. Let me, if I can, I'm just going to go off. I just want to read some of these DMs. I'm curious on what some people are telling me. So, hang on. Okay, so so a couple messages I'm reading here. Yeah, so it looks like I ended up hearing from one of the players. It looks like TA, not surprised that this happened. Oh, wow. Maybe they thought some people might have farm hit them. PoS and OFUX and NT45 growing a little bit. Okay, interesting. So I guess we're going to have to see. Ooh, dude, look, big push right here. Nice big fight. We got it. Hold on, Betsy. Hold on, Betsy. You can do it. Nice. Oh, man. The push. And again, prime example here, right? If you're getting pushed by them, have the people that are at their farthest or already at range attack while they keep pushing you. Spread out, right? And then you can go left and right, wait, and then just, again, have those players attack while the other ones keep pushing back, and then you're good. Or you just go into the murder ball, and you can do it that way if you really want. And the continued fight that is happening here. Oh, I like seeing Ripper on the front line. That's actually really cool. And then we got Harlera, Call Me Poppy's out there. TA pushing a little bit here. Looks like they're still trying to get this this OFUX flag off. And again, right, like we talked about, the important bit is just ensuring that, OFUX is going to be able to hold off long enough, right, for NT45 and PoS to also do some work, right? I mean, this is the thing. TA is really focusing the bulk of their PvP on these areas, right? We're going to have to see how the other ones respond to the NT45 and to the PoS pushes. So that's going to be it for me. Again, I know this is already probably going longer than I anticipated, but again, a lot to talk about, and there's just so much fighting that's happening. It's just fun to watch, as always. So I'll be trying to bring you guys as much as possible, and hopefully over the next couple days, write at least a daily video on what's been happening on SS1-1, because again, hopefully there will be some good battles, right? Some good matchups. Alrighty, that's it for me. As always, right, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Until next time, I will catch you later.